Welcome to the boating adventure. Well, a very good day to you. It's Thursday the 11th of July 2024 and I've come over to this swamp duck today just to do a couple of jobs really. I wanted to put these plates behind the light fittings here, these navigation lights which I made at home, and I've fitted one and I'll fit the other one later on at the weekend when the boat's been turned around. So I've just got one of the plates in place. That looks a whole lot neater and a lot stronger, and it apart from rusting it won't rot like the wood did. I also want to get the boat ready for taking it out this weekend. I'm going to take Sandy with me again, and I'll take him up the canal somewhere and we'll find a quiet spot where he can, if the sun's out, he can lay out outside and snooze and we can find some decent walks for him. So that's my plan for the rest of this week, is to get things ready for the weekend and then spend the weekend out with Sandy. Well, a very good morning to you. It is Saturday the 13th of July 2024 and I'm just taking the boat out for a couple of days, just one night really, unless I decide to stay out another night, but I'm planning on just for the one night. And I've got Sandy with me and he's asleep. He's settled into boat life. He gets on the boat, he has a nosy round, looks out the back, looks at the ducks, turns his nose up and then he's found his blanket and he's fast asleep. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look for a nice bit of a very quiet countryside canal where I can find a bit of very wide towpath where we can hopefully set up, and he can have his blanket outside and he can have a sleep and I can chill. Nothing more exciting than that really. Hopefully we can take some really good footage on the way and find some nice walks by the side of the canal where we can get some photographs. We'll stop off in a little while and I'll get the top camera going and the front camera. So stay tuned.
Coming up on the port side is the place where I really wanted to moor up, but as you can see, there's not a lot of space, so I'm going to have to go a little bit further. No space here. Everybody seems to have the same idea. I think I've just spotted the perfect space. It's very quiet, nobody around, so I think I need to do a quick turn round. One advantage of having a Railcraft 19 is that on most canals I can execute a 3-point turn in order to face in the opposite direction without having to travel miles to find a winding hole. Whilst I've got the boat turned round this afternoon against the towpath, I'm going to change this plate as well, and then they're both done. Okay, that's it. Bit of brute force and it works.
One last little job that I need to do before the inspection on Wednesday is to go through the electric box down here with all the wires to the batteries and so on. And I've bought some of these from a well-known warehouse. Basically they're cable ties, but they've got a little label affair on the end here, and it comes with a pen and a whole load of little sticky labels. So I'm going to go through the electric compartment and label up all the wires, so it's easy to see where they're going. And there's lots of red and lots of black of these, so I can make them correspond with the live and the negative wires. So that's a little job I can do this evening. Before that, I need to make my tea. Sandy's just had his. He must be really hungry. He's eaten the whole thing straight off, no problems. I think it's the fresh air. And then I'm going to take him for a nice little walk and then come back and do that little job. I've bought myself a new snazzy hat. I think when you're walking along these towpaths in the summer, inverted commas, so many flies and things around, it's a good idea to have a hat. It drives you up the wall really, with all the flies buzzing around your head. It's horrible. This section of canal that we're in at the moment is a triple SI, which is a site of special scientific interest. There were a few extra rules on a board as we went through a bridge. Basically, don't speed. Only more in the designated places. And a strange one, which is don't let your grey water go into the canal, which I find a bit strange really, because 2 seconds down the road, when it's not in a triple SI, you can put your grey water in the canal and it's the same water. So I don't know about that one. It doesn't seem that logical. It's a slightly easier walk in this today than it was last week when we were on the North Oxford Canal. That was virtually impossible. There's lots of blackberries here, not ripe yet, but not far off. There's a lovely row of old cottages here and some barns and so on. There's 3 cottages, a nice white one, and then the one in the middle, and then the one in the end. So I'm going to spend some time this evening just going through the electrics on the boat and labelling up this spaghetti so that it's clear as to where each of these wires goes to and what it's all about. You'll notice there are a couple of clips here that I wouldn't normally have connected, but these are for the battery charger, so they don't need to be connected all the time. They run off the mains when it's plugged in at the marina, so at the moment, apart from showing how much is in the battery, they're not actually doing anything.
So I need to make sure I label all these up as clearly as I possibly can. So the best way to do this, I think, is to start at this end and just work my way along the terminals. So this black wire here, for example, is to the AC strip light in the cockpit. So I've done a little label, and that can go on there. Okay, so it's getting a little bit too dark now to actually see very much, but I have labelled all of the various leads. It was quite a useful exercise. I did find one terminal at the back there that was quite loose, so that's been tightened up. And I also found a wire that had come unattached, and that was to the small solar panel, so that hadn't been working for a while. So that's now been fixed. Other than that, everything else was in order. But it's a good exercise to do every now and again, just to check the wiring and make sure it's all working properly. It's Sunday, the 14th of July 2024, and it's 6 a.m.
Well, a very good morning to you. It's Sunday the 14th of July 2024 and it's about 9:45 and I'm starting to make my way back to the marina. It's been a really pleasant weekend. What do you think, Sandy? He's still asleep. he's been no bother whatsoever. He just has slept. I took him for a walk very early this morning. It was about 6 o'clock. He's come back, had his breakfast, and now he's reclining. There's just a couple of more notices that I need to put onto the boat just to get the boat through its boat safety. I need this one, which points at anybody that needs to come on the boat and turn fuel off, to the valve which shuts off the diesel to the Chinese diesel heater. So that just tells them where it is, so that needs to go on there. And I also done another one which will go underneath the seat, so it points them in another direction in case they miss that one. And then the other one is on the actual tank for the Chinese diesel heater, just to say that it only accepts diesel, just in case anybody that fuels it up in the future puts the wrong fuel in. It's diesel only. Once those two signs are on, then the boat will pass its boat safety certificate, and I should get that by email today. There have been one or two issues with the inspection, but I don't want to discuss those at this point on this video. I'll do that as a separate video later on, because there were one or two things that really need consideration. So one sign there pointing to the little valve that I put in, and I've got one notice underneath so they can't miss it, and a large sign on the tank there, diesel only. And so here finally is the certificate that I've been waiting to get. This is a boat safety certificate, and This lasts now until the 27th of August 2028. So don't have to worry about that for a little while. My next job will be to take the boat down to Syston, which hopefully will start next week. We're going to take it down to Syston, get it out of the water for the engine service, and it's also going to have the anti-fouling redone on the bottom of the boat. So the swamp duck will be out of service for a little while, for the length of time it takes for the service and literally for the paint to dry. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then please consider doing so, because it's a great encouragement to me and to Steve. And if you like the video, then press the like button, and that will help to push the channel up the YouTube algorithm. So thank you very much, and as always, do take care.